This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar, ECW original, and co-star of the London Film Critics' Best Picture winner, The Wrestler, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, a perpetually exhausted Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
It's a winter wonderland today, man.
It sure is, man. It's beautiful outside today.
As we record, I can't believe it's the 14th, December 14th.
Crazy, man.
It drops tomorrow, but yeah, it's snowing out. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's cold. I mean, I loved this weather when I was a kid and it got me out of school.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, still got to go do adult things, you know, so I humbug to this weather. Seriously. But, yeah, man, just doing good, feeling okay.
Good.
Knock on wood. You know, nothing too crazy going on here. Just getting ready for the holidays. Got some stuff I'm working on. Hopefully it all pans out. But, you know, I just realized I got a booking coming up in February for England. I'm excited for that.
No shit. Where about in England?
Going to Manchester. There's a great convention called For the Love of Wrestling.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Huge convention. And I'll be out there February 21st and 22nd.
Nice. That'll be fun.
Yeah, For Love of Wrestling. I see it every year, and I'm like, man, I wish I could be there. And they were kind enough to put me on the convention. So
they booked me, Terry.
What's that?
I said they booked me, Terry.
Yeah. I like when people go, oh, why are you doing that? Well, they didn't book me. So
thanks for asking. I wasn't asked.
Thanks for rubbing it in. But yeah, man. How are you, sir? You seem to have had a moment.
Yeah. It was well, first and foremost, and as longtime listeners know, we usually wait to crack our seltzers at the end of the show. However, I'm going to crack mine now because my voice is parched and I am a lot more muted today. I was in Washington, D.C. last night for John Cena's final match. So we'll crack this early right here. Hold on.
Go for it, man.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I've disappointed everybody. I forgot my seltzer this morning, but you know, I remembered as we were recording, I was like, too late.
Hey, man.
The wheels have started, so you know the ball has started rolling. You can't say the thing, you know, the opening salvo if I'm not sitting here. So,
for the benefit of those with flash photography, I am drinking a sparkling iced Starburst cherry, which is the good shit that they have at Aldi from time to time. But
yep.
Dude, Muscle Man Malcolm and I drove down yesterday morning. Drove down to our nation's capital and had some wild times with some great times in the crowd at Fan Fest. Met a lot of amazing people down there. Also experienced the first time I was actually recognized in public.
Nice.
It was pretty wild. Yeah. A woman, I was standing there. Malcolm and I were basically taking turns because he was filming some stuff for his blog or his YouTube page. And then I was recording stuff for TheSportster. And I was recording with one guy, and then all of a sudden, this woman walks up, and she's like, "Oh my God, I follow you on YouTube." She was like, "Oh, I love your stuff." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to say thank you, and you do a great job." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "Well, do you want to be in this video?" And she's like, "Yeah, absolutely." So we got to chatting a little bit. It was funny. I was just like, I've never experienced that before, so it was like, it happens to Malcolm like once every 30 seconds. Like, I swear to God, I think we tallied like 60 times last night. People stopped him for fucking pictures, right?
Right.
But for me, I'm like, I'm just the old guy in his videos, right? Or I'm the old guy that's walking with him all the time. And I'm like, you know, like, go ahead, man. We got plenty of time, you know? But yeah, it was just wild. It was a very wild experience. But yeah, the match last night, I mean, the event was fantastic. 4 matches. Saturday night's main event was unbelievable. I cried first during the Make-A-Wish portion of John Cena's story. That got to me. And that was tough. And then I think it was right before he came out was the second time, and it was just like, "Yep, this is happening, brother. We're doing it," you know?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was a great match. It was I thought did you get a chance to watch the match last night?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to watch it live. I miscalculated the time of the show and was doing some errands, and then I got home just in time for John's match. Um, I really enjoyed the match. You know, people are upset about the finish, but I thought the finish was perfect. Uh,
That's actually what I was gonna ask you, and then I wanna go back to something that you posted about, before the match itself, but,
yeah,
from a wrestling perspective and someone who's been in the business, and I have my opinions about it as well, but what are your thoughts on the way that the match ended last night?
I mean, it's the time honored tradition to pass the torch on the way out. Back in the day when the wrestling business was full of territories, and if you were leaving the territory, lost to the person who was staying, and give them a little rub on your way out. You go to the next territory, and then if somebody's leaving that territory and you're there, they do the jobs for you on the way out. So just the way it was done, I thought it was brilliantly done. They kept fighting for the between the attitude adjustment and the sleeper. But then there's that moment right before, John tapped that sign of resignation came over his face that his career's over.
Yeah.
And he just, tapped and said, that's it. Just you could see the resignation over it. Like he kept going for the attitude adjustment. Gunther kept slapping on the sleeper. Go for the
Yep.
attitude adjustment, slap on the sleeper. And, to me, I interpreted, right before John tapped, the cameras, panned in on him. You see the smile come over his face like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this shit. Tap, 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 tap. You know,
Yep.
John gave all he could, and Gunther kept slapping on the sleeper. So, John was just like, resigned to the fact that his career was over and tapped and went
Mhm.
out his way. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought
And
it was really, really well done.
it's funny you say that about the went out his way, because that's been his whole thing recently was like, "Oh, it's bullshit. You never get to go out your own way. You never get to do what you wanna do." And I didn't think about that part till you said it just now. Like, "Oh, he got to go out his way." I was like, "Oh, fuck, meanie, that's
Yeah,
an extra little spot on top of that," where it was like, I didn't even realize. But I me personally, like, and we've talked about this over the course of the year, right? Like, we I think everybody has their gripes with a few of the things that happened this year creatively, specifically the post heel turn
yeah,
and the WrestleMania 41 creative, and just most of the heel turn in general was kind of clunky. Um
yeah.
but the second half, I mean, was just, SummerSlam and beyond. I mean, he had I would say some of his best matches of his career. And last night, I think
Especially the AJ Styles match.
absolutely. I mean, you talk about back-to-back ones with Cody and AJ. I mean, just pitch perfect. Even the match he had with Punk
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia was phenomenal,
Mhm.
And I think we got a lot of really great wrestling out of John, but you're right. Like that was my take from it. Like at first I was kind of shocked. I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they let him go out this way," or that was it. He gave up. But
Ultimately, he called his shot. I'm
well,
sure,
right.
he gave so much to the business. They said, "How do you want to go out?"
How are
And
you gonna do it?
I'm sure that was all his doing. So if you're mad, be mad at John.
Yeah.
Just it's just when you've done everything he's done for the business, you get to have final say.
Mhm.
He's got the respect of that company to say, "Hey, this is how I want to go out."
Yeah.
And he went out putting over Gunther, and it makes
Yeah.
sense. Gunther, retired Goldberg, now he's retired Cena.
Man,
Puts
he's got a
put your,
trajectory on his ass. He's got a rocket on his ass right now,
but
man.
most importantly, he's got nuclear heat.
Right.
he's got genuine heat. I saw, a video of fans following him to his bus or to a bus last night, and talk about the heat of being the last guy who, faced John Cena and won, in that final match. So John did, and like CM Punk said in the video, John Cena's leaving the business better than he found it, and he made. Yeah, I mean, Gunther was already over, but like he gave Gunther just that much more credibility and put him over just that much more,
It's so nuanced, man. There's so much from last night to unpack, and I want to get back to it, but I just want to quickly shout out the Pod Squad because we got a busy fucking room this morning, man. And then we'll get back to more John Cena chat. Mass Sanity is here. Greetings and salutations. Good morning, sir. Vanessa Bello is here. Hello, Vanessa.
Hello, Vanessa.
We got Jesse Brown. Good morning, beautiful friends. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Jesse.
Machete Von Kill is here.
Machete Von Kill.
Good morning, lovelies. Good morning to you as well. Jesse's here talking about the snow. He says, and sometimes you have to work out in it like me. Why are you working out in the snow? Outside?
So sorry.
Man. No, thank you, sir. Perfect time. Shackleford's here too. Good morning, sir. He says, perfect time for listening to the show while snow shoveling. Yes, sir. We appreciate you having us in your earbuds so we can do all the fun things and talk and bring you the finest noises. Jesse Brown says, how far of a drive is that from where? From Downingtown, DC? I think it was just over 2 hours, like just very shy of 2 hours. And then on the way home last night, it was like 3.5 because it was so nasty outside.
Yeah.
I was driving, Malcolm and I think we left Capital One Arena, got on the road officially at like 11:30, and I didn't get home until about 2:30. So maybe, I guess that's about 3 hours. Somebody can do math. I was promised there would be no math this morning. So yeah, it was quite an adventure, but we hit a couple of rest stops, and man, somebody was fighting for their life in that one rest stop in Maryland, brother. Holy shit. Someone was fighting for their life in there. It was loud grunting, and it was some noises that I think could only be described as an Evan Rude in pudding, and so it was deeply unpleasant.
Somebody was tap dancing on bubble wrap,
and it was like, it wasn't even like a loud grunt, like an extended like. It was just a, and it was like, oh man, this guy's just like. And I'm trying to be an adult, right? Like I'm 40 years old. I'm trying not to laugh at this shit, but I'm like, yo, man, you better call the doctor when you get home because that sounds deeply unpleasant. Let's see. Machete says, Adam's famous now. He's going to be too good. No, thank you. No, that's not going to happen. I don't think so. And I will, I'm going to be here on this show until the wheels fall off. All right. Meanie and I are riding this thing into the sunset forever and ever in perpetuity until the end of time. So me and Meanie, let me tell you something here, Blue. Meanie and I are not leaving the show. There's one thing we don't want to do is leave the show when something else comes up. We don't do that.
No.
Not here, sir. No, thank you. No, sir. Oh, no, sir. Mass Sanity says I could be wrong, but I think the only time I saw John Cena wrestle live was at WrestleMania 29 and the night after. So I saw him against The Rock and against Ryback. Wow, that is interesting. Let's see. Jesse Brown says a lot of onions were getting chopped last night. Yes, they were, sir. That was everybody in the booth was crying, man.
That was a sign in the crowd. Somebody's like, I'm not crying, I'm chopping onions.
Mass Entity says in 2019, he's also Mass Entity is our resident historian here. He says Cody Rhodes, Pastor Cody Rhodes, of course, was in the opening match of the first AEW Dynamite in Capital One Arena. Last night as a WWE champion, he opened Saturday night's main event in the same building. Yeah, crazy status, man. I liked seeing a smile before he tapped. He was at peace with his career. Absolutely, he most certainly was. And man, it was quite a moment last night. But yeah, to your point about Gunther, and the new legend killer, as I've been calling him, and I think that's really where his career is headed now.
Yep.
Is the trajectory of he's got Goldberg under his belt, he's got Cena under his belt. There's 2 or 3 other major retirements that are coming. Potentially 3, rather, I should say, because, from what unconfirmed reports, of course, which we don't know because we don't know, Brock Lesnar apparently is set to be retiring at some point next year. And we do know that AJ Styles is retiring next year, so I feel like they're going to build that up. There's also rumors of a friend of the show, Chris Jericho, returning to WWE, and I think that would be, if they're going to give him a retirement run, I feel like that's really that's where you go with this, right? I'm killing off all of your favorite, and again, like you said, nuclear heat, brother. I'm killing off all your favorite fucking legends, and what the fuck are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I took out Goldberg. I took out Cena. I took out Lesnar. I'm going to take out Styles and Jericho. You know, there's nobody that can stop me.
He's going to take your lunch. He's going to take your lunch and eat it in front of you.
That's right. And he's going to smash your pudding cup on the table so you can't eat it. Yeah. I mean, that's like, but I can't even recall the last time a heel has had this level of heat in, I don't even know how long. When was the last time I can't even think about. I can't even think.
There's no really true heels anymore. And Gunther's like a true heel. There's always those heels that like border on the line of being quasi babyface. They'll say something to get a pop and then go back to being a heel. It's like, I'm a heel, wink, wink.
Yeah.
But Gunther seems to be totally comfortable with being a heel. You know, I saw him on, I love that he was on LFG, Legends of Greats. And he's walking up to these people. They're like, "Oh, so you're here because your other career, you failed at your other career. Now you want to try this? Well, I've been doing this the whole time." It's like,
oof,
that's balls, man. Just
yeah,
to say
dude.
that to somebody and not expect hands on the way back. You know, but you know, right now he's one of wrestling's true heels. You know,
and he popped a Taker too, which I was like, man, you're gonna talk to the Undertaker like that? Like, imagine, like, I can't even imagine being like having the fucking audacity, you know? Like, and it's not even like, I don't know. I've never wrestled. I don't know anything about it, but like, I feel like Taker's one of those guys where you just like, you don't, even if you think you're as good as you think you are, like, you don't do that kind of shit. And then watching that scene and you can see Taker's eyes like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you? But no, I mean, he's, you know, like we said, he is the true heel. Like, I think the last time I can remember like a real true, like he had like, I felt like it was like Horseman level heat last night. Like he had, I'm thinking back to the territory days, you know, like I'm trying to think of who else, like maybe, was it Nikita Koloff? Maybe like the Iron Sheik kind of shit. Like that's what it felt like last night. It was like the whole, when he tapped, man, he tapped and, the whole, it felt like the air was sucked out of the stadium. Like nobody made any noise.
Yeah, wait till you go back and watch it on TV. And just the reactions they were catching in the crowd.
Yeah, it was. And then they play his music, you know, which is like, I think it's Symphony Number 9, which is like a total fucking, like, imagine being the biggest fucking heel in the industry and you have a Symphony Number 9 or whatever his music is, you know, this classical piece of music, and it's just like fucking with everybody, you know?
Yeah.
No, man, it was
well done. Well
yeah,
done.
it was perfection last night, and I don't think it can be done any better. Let me see. We got a whole bunch of great stuff in the chat here.
Most people get mad about finishes because it didn't go the way they thought they were going to do it. So they could go, see, I told you that's how it was going to go. And that's like how, you know, where we are right now. People go, oh, this is how he's going to finish it. It's going to be blah, blah, blah. And then when it doesn't happen, oh, the thing I predicted didn't happen, so now it sucks. You know, that kind of
right. It's like, come on. Like, that's the thing. And I've been seeing stuff all day about it too. Like Wheezy Blonde posted something and a bunch of other people. It's like, you guys want this and you're booing Triple H. Like, listen to yourselves.
Yeah.
Listen to yourselves. You guys have been bitching this whole fucking year. This whole year about his creative. I have been complaining about his creative. And if you watch Unreal, you know whose decision that was. And it wasn't his. Hunter, I'm talking about. It wasn't Hunter's decision.
Right.
And they give you this perfect storyline ending for John Cena going out on his terms, but also having that realization he didn't give up because it was expedient for him. Yeah. He didn't give up because he quit. He gave up because he was like, I can't win. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm tapped. I'm out of gas. That's the whole point. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how people don't see that and like trying to tell people that it's like beating your head against the fucking wall. It's like, guys, Oh, it drives me fucking nuts. Little Jimmy's here too. Little Jimmy Sorensen is here. Good morning, sir.
Level.
We appreciate you, sir. People have a Dave Meltzer mentality, unfortunately, and it's appalling to have that. And it's also like, all intents and purposes, like, yeah, Dave can say whatever he wants, right? I mean, we have to fucking listen to it. But like, not everything has to be this incredible physical spectacle, right? Like sometimes stories can just be fucking good. And this story was fucking good.
Yep.
Ugh. Jesse Brown says, reminds me when Taker's streak was broken. I think this was more shocking, to be honest with you. I would say that moment was more. I would say Cena's moment was more shocking in the. But maybe not. Maybe Taker's streak is probably up there.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody on the internet's going to have a hard on about that, but
it's all subjective.
Yeah. Mass Entity says, did you hear Michael Cole's call? Professional wrestling defeated sports entertainment. What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that call?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
Let's see what we got going on here. What do you think about this one? Where is that? Mass Entity says Taz had some real heat in late 95, early 96.
He did.
What was that? What was that about? Refresh the audience.
Just as a heel in ECW going up against, Sabu and, at first he turned on Todd Gordon, which, he was a special guest referee for Todd versus Fonzie and laid Todd Gordon now. So if you're going to, turn heel, Todd is God, and, just his whole run and, just a ball breaking heel, just he didn't give a shit if you liked him or not, just he was going to do what he had to do. But yeah, Taz, that's a great comparison,
That's crazy. Yeah, I tweeted your questions. And also, too, one last thing I wanted to talk about. Cena's one of the things that was really important to him was the NXT talent. And what blew my mind last night, I don't know why I was stuck on it, but the fact that go back to 2006.
Yeah.
And tell Blue Meanie of 2006, hey, a TNA champion is going to be performing on the show for John Cena's final match in Washington, D.C. Fucking crazy, right? So what did you think of the showcase matches last night with Sol Ruca and Obafemi and Javon Evans and all them?
I didn't get to
see right. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got home just in time for John's match, and I was like, phew. But yeah, I will go back and watch those today after I watch some football.
That's right. Well, so we'll put a pin in that for next week. But which I should remind everybody, we'll give a nice fart reminder. We merge those words, a reminder. Does that work? I don't even know.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Next week is episode 300.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely nuts, man. Can you believe we're doing that long? Bro,
it's just like, I say this all the time. I know guys who got into podcasting and, they're like, man, it was fun at first, but then, what do you talk about? So it's like, but, I think this is the perfect situation where we're in because we can talk about wherever we want. I watch these people who, and it's God bless them for being able to do it. They, have to watch Raw every week, recap it every week, watch all the pay-per-views, recap them. And sometimes they, live stream themselves watching things. And it's like, bro, I ain't got the time for that. I ain't got the patience for that. Sometimes I want to watch things because I'm watching them, not because people are wanting to watch me react to it.
Right.
I'm sure some of those reactions are worked, so they can, end up in the WWE reel of when surprising things happen. But where was I going with that?
Episode 300. Yeah.
So here we are, episode 300. And it's a good time, man. It's the biggest satisfaction is when people come up and tell me things we said on the show.
Yeah.
And oh, dude, I was listening, and when you said such and such, that's the biggest satisfaction. Or when people I don't realize listen to the show hit me with a line, I go, oh, you're listening. Okay, cool. I get that's satisfaction right there, because we literally get to talk about wherever we want.
Actually, I do have one quick thing before I ask you my favorite question of the program, sir. Mass Sanity has something that I think we could potentially discuss here for episode 300, which I don't think is a topic that we've yet to broach here on this program. During episode 300, can we discuss JBL? I heard something happened with him once, and I'm not sure I'm familiar with this story.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe we'll do a deep dive discussion into that.
People, have said something happened, but I can't seem to recall.
I can't register it in my brain. It's like it's there, but it's not.
Like one of those things where you move on with your life, and
things happen. Then you go to do the thing, and then the next thing you know, bop.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went bop. It felt right, but I know two things for sure. One, I could definitely go for a Baby Ruth right now, and two, I have a question for you, sir.
And what would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask Meanie anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget us tweet. Let me try that sentence again because words are hard. Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the program. We have two to round us out for the end of the week. And
you could also queef your questions. That's what I thought you were about to say.
You could queef your questions, which is things people say in life. People actually talk like this. So
yes,
I'm gonna wet my whistle here real fast of this delicious sparkling ice Starburst, and bombs away here. You had to.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let me see what we got here as I fumble around with shit. Jesse Brown says Brock versus Gunther. Who's the face and who's the heel? Is it Brock since it's retired? Is Brock a face since it's his retirement? Good Lord.
Brock is semi-face now, He comes out, he's got the cowboy hat, he takes the bump, he splits his pants, celebrates it. He's dancing with a boombox, the Money in the Bank boombox.
Mm-hmm.
He's done some fun things, Brock has.
Yeah.
So I can see Brock going out as a babyface against Gunther,
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Give me fun Brock too. Like you said, like the fun cowboy hat wearing, goofy, like good time Brock,
Yeah. The unexpected Brock is the fun Brock.
Yeah. That pants splitting thing he did. Like he had two, like within I think 2 months, he had two back-to-back all-timers, right? He splits his pants in the middle of the fucking ring. And then he trips when he does his big entrance and he rolls backwards and he's fucking, gotta save that, It's like, yeah. How am I supposed to take this guy seriously as a heel right now? When he's fucking,
it's
so crazy.
It's endearing,
Yeah.
The guy who can fuck up and laugh about it, as opposed to the heel who fucks up and goes, I didn't do that,
Right. Jesse Brown says tractor driving Brock. Absolutely. That's the Brock I want to see on TV in his retirement tour. Absolutely. All right. And our last question today comes from our good friend Carlo Carlson.
Oh, Jesus.
Coke Zero is my favorite drink. Good, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for listening as every week. Hey, Blue and Goob. Love the pod. Congrats to Adams on the interview. Thank you, sir. Bring one to the blue guy. And Mrs. Meanie is the best. Keep going to the moon and back for her blue. And Mrs. Meanie, as always, is the fucking greatest. I have a question for you in honor of last week's episode about Dr. Ken Jeong. What are you a genius of?
Probably, man. Like I say, I always say I'm the king of useless knowledge, bar trivia or just spitting out bar facts that, nobody gives a shit about except for me, I've been heavily into the world of UAP, UFO right now. And, certainly not an expert, not a genius, but maybe that's what keeps me coming back is the fascination. But genius of, you could say Van Halen, but I'm sure there's people out there who are even bigger fans or just as big as fans as me. It would take a lot of balls for me to say I'm the genius of something, but I'm definitely huge fans of, UAPs, Van Halen, useless knowledge, shit like that. And of course, wrestling. I love, I don't think it needs to be stated that I love professional wrestling.
Right. It's kind of a given here, what we do here.
On it since 94, you know, here we are in 2005. And, you know, professional wrestling has done me well.
Yeah. I would say for me, like willingly is rap music. Like I'm kind of an encyclopedia when it comes to those kinds of things and where I can extract like random facts about it. I don't know it all. I'm still learning and I'm learning still, you know, because the music is evergreen, ever present. But I would say that is probably it. And then unwillingly, I know way too much about Gigi Allen. Like I never wanted to know these things. I say it all the time whenever he comes up. I'm like, I was forced against my will to learn about this man. And now I know way too fucking much about him. Like, I don't want to know about this guy. I never wanted to know about this guy. I never wanted to know about him. But now I'm fucking forced to know about this guy. So yeah, no, I would say that's probably the best answer there. Shit, I realized I didn't have any Big Deborah this week either. I wanted to have some, but the kids ate them all. Big Deborah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to fucking Mass Entity. Any amount of Gigi Allen knowledge is too much. Yes, it fucking is, man. Yeah. Even a speck is too much, dude. Actually, we got another question here from Lil Jimmy. I want to make sure I ask this. Ask Blue Spectacular Guy. Have either of you had a chance to listen to something to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard since he returned to podcasting?
I caught the Cena episode. I listened to that yesterday. It's great to have Bruce back, man. Yeah. You know, I'm sure his schedule is insane, and it's cool. It's cool to hear him doing podcasts again.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to catch up on him. I have entirely too much going on, but I know Something to Wrestle was a staple in my podcast listening years for many years. And it's a great show. Lots of, like, if you go back to a lot of those early episodes, I mean, just the stuff on Dusty. And one of my favorites is I revisit from time to time is when he did an episode on the NWO and WWE. I thought that story was just phenomenal. Listening to the background of how they came in. And, you know, I'm sure he didn't tell everything that had to go on there. Right. But there was a lot of great information in there. But yeah, we're glad to have Bruce back.
Absolutely.
And then Jesse says, tell Adam, thank you. Happy birthday to your son. Thank you very much. Daniel had a wonderful birthday.
Awesome.
We covered that a little bit last week in our conversation about Candymonium, which we are still recovering from. That was a fucking nightmare of a roller coaster. But we want to thank you for asking your questions here. Oh, wait, hold on. Nate Smythe here, Sheridan Ford Sales. I'm currently watching The Age of Disclosure. Meanie, did you ever watch it? And what are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah, I have watched it a couple times. If you're into UFOs, it's like there's some stuff you know, and there's some stuff I didn't know, but it's the perfect documentary to show to somebody who's not been up on what's happened. And the director Dan Ferris said, there's so much he had to, whittle out of it that he has enough for maybe a sequel. So hopefully down the line they work on doing that sequel. They add the stuff that he couldn't have in the first one because I follow it daily, and it just seems like things are about to get interesting, in the world of UAPs. So what it is, I'm not quite sure, but I have a feeling something's coming down the line. So I joked with people that if something happens to happen, I might be the only person prepared for it. So but go to Amazon Prime. You can rent or buy Age of Disclosure, and it's basically one of the best UFO documentaries. This one and every documentary James Fox has made on the topic. So look up James Fox and all his UAP documentaries as well. But
one last question. I love all these questions that are coming in. We really appreciate it. Little Jimmy says, favorite Big Deborah snack?
The fucking Christmas tree.
Yeah, it says it's sold.
Yeah.
Here's the volume of Christmas tree cakes that I want in and around my mouth at any given time of day can't be quantified by mathematics.
There you go.
Is that a good enough answer for you, Jimmy? Like, I want them like you ever see like a pig in a trough and he's just like smearing his face all over it? That's the level of insanity that I want with those Christmas tree cakes. And people are like, oh, do you like the vanilla, Adam? Do you like the chocolate? Mush them together.
Yeah.
Put them together in a bowl and let me eat like an animal.
Eat them like Ralphie's little brother eating dinner in Christmas Story.
That's right. Oink, oink. That's right, sir. I lose control. I do not like the person that I become when I am in front of Christmas tree cakes.
Yes.
And they have the big ones. They have the bigger size ones over at Royal Farms. And that's dangerous because every morning, you know, the morning's got to get gas. I know that they're staring at me inside. They have a whole display of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with myself now? I have no self-control when it comes to Big Deborah. So it's deeply unpleasant. Oh, Machete, you got to find them the chocolate Johns. Whoo.
Yeah.
Man, dude. That is it.
My recommendation, put them in the fridge.
Yeah.
Put
Absolutely.
them in the fridge and then have them with a nice hot cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just got to take a little bit of the edge off. You know, I had a rough night last night. Got to get me a Christmas tree cake.
Yeah, I got to go shovel snow.
We should mainline that shit. Put one on a string. So that way as you're shoveling, you can like treat yourself, you know? Just have
like a carrot, you know?
have a couple in your pocket just to be safe.
Shovel the snow, the faster I get that fucking cake.
We want to thank you all for your questions. As always, we appreciate it. And we want to thank you for being here. We just love fucking doing the show. We can't stress it enough. It's my favorite thing to do each and every week. And we appreciate you. But Meanie, good sir, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
Where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to our wonderful program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. To support the Blue Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. To support Mind of the Meanie, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Don't forget, I'll be at For the Love of Wrestling 6 at BEC Manchester Arena, February 21st and 22nd. 2026. Get your tickets at fortheloveofwrestling.co.uk. That's fortheloveofwrestling.co.uk. Madcatbeardcare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil or Balm. Shout out to Josh Thornton doing an amazing job over there. He's taking care of all the feral cats in this neighborhood. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real wrestlers, including myself and many others. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collections Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Get regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choice. Add the Blue Meanie on your podcast. Go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast. Book the Blue Guy, and let's have a conversation over there at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. I just did one before I hopped on here. It's always fun making somebody's day a little bit brighter over there at Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. Book through the site. Don't book through the app. The app takes too much of your hard-earned cash. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal, so go and find me there. You can also subscribe to my other show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net. And again, as a reminder, I have a bunch of my archived stuff that was not heard on Screen Rant when I was there. A bunch of interviews, a bunch of conversations from Royal Rumble, the 2K25 event at the beginning of the year, WrestleMania 41, and more. I'll be releasing them on the Foundation Radio podcast stream. So go to foundationradio.net and find whatever RSS feed you use and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Lots of fun stuff coming there. And don't forget to check out my current work at TheSportster by going to thesportster.com. Lots of great interviews. Just had a wonderful conversation this past week with TNA superstar and former TNA champion Mike Santana about his 2-part documentary called Immersed. Part 1 is out today. I have seen part 2, and it is phenomenal. So don't forget to check that out on the TNA and Fight Network YouTube channels. And that drops this Friday, December 19th at 12 noon Eastern Standard. Check your local listings, but go ahead and check it out at TheSportster.com, ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a t-shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie in the Barnard home for wayward and troubled youth. Don't forget to go to Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Tiers start, Meanie. I don't know if you know this. They start at just $10 American each and every month. So sign up today and you get to join us and see our beautiful faces each and every week. And you get a little bit extra fun stuff too. So we appreciate you. And if you look above Meanie's head right there, it's YouTube.Jesus every single time. Carl, I swear to God, we got to get this figured out. We all set up there? Everything's good now?
It's good.
Appreciate it, Carl. Thanks, Carl. YouTube.com/@Mind of the Meanie. Go and listen to our entire archive going all the way back to the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2022. And you get to hear everything we have all the way back then. And don't forget to tune in for next week. Episode 300 of Mind of the Meanie. We're going to hopefully have something fun planned for you. If not, it's going to be a good time. Just join us. Hang out. Enjoy your coffee. Drink your seltzers. Scratch your ass. Whatever you want to do. Join us and have a good time with us. And we appreciate you. Like we said, we can't do this show without you. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of it each and every week. And thank you, Meanie. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you, sir. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order. Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, @Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.